Hello everyone, it's Graham from Lakeside, and as you can see I'm by the scrubland at the side of the village, and it's because this is going to be the next job to do, and I'm gradually getting together bits and pieces to put on the scrubland, and one of those items was a dumped car. So I've been preparing that today, and I thought I'd just show you the end result. So if we come over here, because this is putting it into kind of an aspect of the kind of location it would be, with sort of just scrubby land around it. So I've got one of my old Ford Pops from Oxford Diecast. It was blue to begin with, but I put a white wash over it, so it still retains some of the blue. You can just see a hint of blue on that door there and around by the roof. Now when a car gets burnt out or left, the top paint layer gets completely burnt off and it tends to go white, and then rust appears, and so you probably got a car there which was already rusty, and now of course with the paint burned off it's going to get even more rusty. So what I did, I googled burnt out cars, and looked at the images, and I think 90% of them are surprisingly white, rather than being pure rust colour. There are some there which are just covered in totally in rust, but they've obviously been there much longer time than the others. So I put this white wash on, then went over the car in strategic places, looking at places where rust would occur, and you will get it normally along the guttering along the top here, underneath the swage line by the doors, around wheel arches, on the wheel arches themselves, the mudguards, lower half of the car obviously, and I've also put a dab of black on the bonnet where the heat from the engine when it caught fire, and also where the flames came out and licked the side of the wing there, the front wing. I've taken the glass out, I took the interior out as well and painted that a weathered black, again just from soot. Going to the front, obviously the chrome has now gone rusty. I've taken the back axle off completely, just so it looks like somebody's come along and whizzed the back axle away. And to do that I had to actually, if I turn this over you'll see, I've snipped away the back axle itself, and the housing for the screw, just so that it sits lower at the back, like that, because otherwise it was still sitting up fairly level because the plastic underneath the rear wheel arch was too high. So that just all got snipped off, just so that it sits lower at the back. So there we go. So that was all done with with paints and washes, using ultrafine paint brushes, and it's all been dry brushed. There was hardly any paint on these brushes at all. They were basically dry, and it's just a case of carefully going over and with a fine brush and dabbing on as necessary, and taking the paint off as well. So that's the rest of the back. When you see images of burnt out cars, they're basically all near enough all white, where the top layer of paint has been burnt off or just got weathered, and with just a hint of the colour coming through, which is what I've tried to replicate there, along with the soot from the blackness of from the heat of where it had a fire in the engine department there, in the bonnet and the front wings. So I think once that's in its rightful position on the scrubland, then from a distance, I mean we're looking at it 2 inches away from the camera, but when you look at it from a distance, hopefully it's going to give the impression of a dumped bird out car. So that's the last item really. So now I'm ready to progress and do that area. So that'll probably take about a day or so to do that, so I might do that tomorrow. Okay folks, I've put some images at the end, still images, of the progression of the car from when I took it apart to its final look. So if I don't speak to you again soon, then have a great weekend, and I'll speak to you later. So bye for now. Bye.